What's good, everybody? I just got one question for my Tennessee Volunteer fan base. Are we fickle, or is it we just want to win championships? We just want to get back to the glory years. I really want to know. Really want to know the answer to that. Because I continuously hear things off the field in regards to our fan base and how they feel about certain things and certain players and coaches and the team in general. Well, hell, I guess I'll have that and a whole lot more with your boy Blackout Jones with Just Shooting the Sports. Let's get it. Good, everybody, man. Look, man. Let's get down to business. Let's just get to it. Me being a Tennessee Volunteer fan, man, I've seen our highs and I've seen our lows of lows. And I know every other Tennessee fan can feel that. You know, the days of Philip Farmer competing for championships, winning championships, SEC titles, national championship titles, always in contention. Should have played for another national championship, but we went to bed against LSU in the SEC championship game, 2001. But even during that Philip Farmer era, we were dominant. We were what they like to call a blue blood, you know, of the college football world. Even during the Johnny Majors era, you know, we had moments, you know, South Bend, the Miracle of South Bend, the Sugar Bowl win against the Hurricanes, you know, great record, won an SEC title. And then the wheels fell off. Towards the end of the former era, Fat Phil wasn't Fat Philin' no more. There was up and down seasons. There was no more consistency. It's like the game passed him by, along with the Tennessee program. So then what happens? We fire Philip Farmer. Who we hire? Lane Kiffin. 1 year rental. 1 year rental. And then after Lane Kiffin, who do we get? Mr. Orange Pants himself, Derek Dooley. What did we get? After Derek Dooley, Butch Jones. Now, I know a lot of people out there knock Butch Jones, and I get it. I get it. We had some of the most talented teams under Butch Jones. We were ranked in the top 5 as far as rankings were concerned. But sometimes, you know, and I had this argument with a person a long time ago during the Butch Jones era, and they were sitting here talking about it don't make any sense. We got 4 or 5 stars, or we need to get 4 or 5 stars, and that's what's going to do it, and this, that, and the third. And I think it was in the transition of the Jeremy Pruitt, going into the Jeremy Pruitt era. And I told that man, I don't give a damn if you got 4. I can't even talk. Boy, got me hyped right now. I don't care if you have 4 stars. I don't care if you have 5 stars. But if you don't have the coach and the coaching staff to train those 4 stars and 5-star players, guess what you're going to get? The same 4-star, 5-star players out of high school. They're going to still be playing high school ball in a college setting because you don't have the right staff in place. You don't not necessarily the right system, but you got to coach these boys up. That's the only way that's going to work. Now, Butch Jones had 2 9-4 seasons. Easily should have been more wins than that, and easily we should have won back-to-back SEC championships, or at least back-to-back SEC East championships. No reason to losing to Florida. Even when we had the better teams. Majority of the last 12, almost damn near 12 years, we've had the better team. But somehow we find a way to lose it. But he wasn't Derek Dooley bad. He definitely wasn't Jeremy Pruitt bad. You know, but that last season, My man was bad. Because once you don't have the talent no more, then you get exposed. And that's what happened. Butch Jones got exposed as a coach. Why? Because talent itself was the one that willed y'all to a 9-4 record those 2 years. The talent alone. It was the coaching that caused those 4 losses. Plain and simple. And then we move into the Jeremy Pruitt era. Jeremy Pruitt tried to make Tennessee an Alabama Crimson Tide team. Bad quarterback play, bad play calling all around. Just bad. Everything bad. Defense, you only can do enough. But what can you do when your offense just ain't putting up points? Not moving the ball efficiently. Turning the ball over. 4 and out. Punt here. Punt there. Punting everywhere. That's what you expect. And then you have the allegations. Which sometimes I still think, hey, somebody had to blow the whistle because, oh my God, it was going downhill. And I mean fast. We was already downhill. And we always, we had this is what happened at the former left. We had Kiffin, he left. Derek Dooley, nosedive. Butch Jones, okay. Into Butch Jones, nosedive. Jeremy Pruitt, nosedive. That first season, hell, we were trashed in. We just somehow put it together and reeled off 6 straight and then won the bowl game. Kudos. But after that, it was ass out. And then we get rid of Jeremy Pruitt. And who do we bring in? We bring in Josh Huepel, former Oklahoma quarterback, former Heisman hopeful, and national champion with the Oklahoma Sooners. And what did he bring? Let's see. We saw him at Oklahoma as an assistant. We saw what he did at Missouri, at the time when they had, what's my man's name? Can't even think of him now. But we know who we're talking about. And you saw the offense. And then UCF. Now, Scott Frost did a phenomenal job. But who was his offensive coordinator? Exactly. Josh Huepel. And then Josh Huepel took over. Still had some momentum. Still pulled out some wins here and there. But UCF being a group of 5 team, you're not going to get the recruits that you need to get. Scott Frost said he was ranked 200 and something in recruiting. Or whatever it was. It was bad. Josh Huepel had the same amount. 65th. I think it was. Like 65th. They hovered around there. 65th, 66. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just got to have the talent, man. So he leaves there. Danny White comes. He brings Josh Huepel. First season we go 7-6, right? We could have easily been 10-3. Why? Let's see. If Hooker would have started against Pittsburgh, win, because Joe Milton overthrew so many passes. Hell, the passes he overthrew, we were easily up 28-0 on Pitt. But if Henry Hooker was in there, win. We were a scoop and score away of beating Ole Miss, win. And then the Purdue game. We was a whistle and crossing the goal line away of really being a 10-3 team that year in his first year. But he went 7-6. And then, of course, everybody know what happened in 2022. If it wasn't for the injury, we probably would have been one of the 14 playoffs. Bumped TCU. They lost in their championship game. I don't care what anybody say. And we had a better resume than the Horned Frogs. Because everybody like, oh, well, they got blown out by Georgia. Yeah, but they beat Michigan. Not trying to hear that. Not trying to hear that. People want to bring that up. Oh, TCU didn't deserve to be. Well, hell, they had to beat somebody to get there, didn't they? Who did they beat? Who did they beat? Exactly. The Michigan Wolverines, who later on, couple of years later, became national champions. Same coaching staff, I might add. But I'm saying that to say this. After the 2022 season, 2023 come, we still win 10 games. Or was it 9? Might have won 9 games. Then after that, the next year, we make it to the college football playoffs and go 10-3. But then you got us fans out here that just can't be satisfied. I get it. Tennessee baseball, winning SEC championships, winning a national title for the first time in program history. I get it. Tennessee basketball, they're winning SEC championships, competing for SEC championships, going deep into the NCAA tournament, but not coming away with a national title. I get it. Softball team, they win SEC championships. They get close, but they can't win a national title. But they're consistently winning year in, year out, competing for championships. But everybody wants that 98 taste in their mouth. In football, I get it. You want it bad, I get it. I want it bad. I'm with you. But we got to be patient. Dabo Swinney, I don't care for the guy, but Clemson was patient. And then that man built a program, 2 national titles, competing for championships, SEC championships out the yin yang. Give it time. And the portal don't do no favors. Nico Iamaleava didn't do no favors. Put us in a bind. Could he have taken the next step? Maybe. Maybe. Hendon Hooker took the next step and was phenomenal. Should have been in New York. Joe Milton didn't have a chance to take the next step. He had his 1 year and that was it. He was decent, but he wasn't championship worthy. And who knows what would have happened with Nico? Well, we're not going to find out, but UCLA will. And then we're in the era of people leaving now. They're leaving every year. They don't want to stay. They don't want to grind it out. They want to get paid. Well, hell, how you going to want to get paid when you want, my bad, excuse me, when you wasn't even starting? Answer that. Where do we go from here? As fans, we got to give the coach time, man. We got to. Understand something. We've been this with Josh Huepel in this, but we have not done this. Every other coach that I talked about before Josh Huepel, we've been doing this. Give that man his grace. Give that man his time. Quit being fickle fans. Something don't go our way, you upset, man. F Josh Huepel, man, bump him, man. We need a new coach. And then get who? And guess what we got to do? We got to start all over again. What we were doing religiously before all this. Starting over here, starting over there, starting over here. And the result was always the same. Bad. Here. Nosedive. We got to cut that out. We have to cut that out. We got to give that man his grace, give that man his time and his opportunity. The brand is the brand. Players are going to come. What you looking for? Understand something. We were taking L's for a lot of years. We couldn't beat Alabama for 15. We couldn't beat Florida for 12. Damn near. We were down in the dumps. We still trying to heal from that. I know this is his 5th year. I get it. But that takes a toll on a fan base. I mean, that takes a toll on a program. Definitely the way we were performing. And then the allegations. Oh my God. What would you rather have? You rather average 10 wins a season? Or you rather average 5 to 6 wins, never go to a bowl game, and sit here talking about, well, it's always next year. And before the playoff, Josh Huepel was undefeated in bowl games. Well, no, he wasn't, because he lost that. We won against Purdue. I don't care what anybody say. But, won the Orange Bowl. That was a big time win against Clemson, who was still a top program. And we dominated Clemson with Joe Milton. Now, a lot of things change. I truly believe, and I know y'all believe, the offensive philosophy has to change. It really does. Defensively, we got to be more aggressive. And we got to play like we know we can play. I get it. But you got to believe in this coaching staff, man. I'm going to believe in them. I'm going to ride with them. I'm going to give them grace because I know what we went through after Philip Farmer left. for a decade plus of disappointments. I get it. You ready? You ready for it? You ready for an SEC championship? You ready to compete for an SEC title? Actually play in the SEC championship game. I get it. I want it too. I want it just as bad as y'all do. But we got to sit back. We got to relax. We got to understand the era that we're in now. Like, there's no, Nick Saban's ain't going to be walking through the buildings. I get it. You're wondering. This is what you're wondering, because I wondered this too. Why is it these other coaches can come in and they can go ahead and win championships and they can get the SEC? So, shit, Steve Sarkisian come in with Texas and already competing for a SEC championship and almost competing for a national title. Why can't we? Why can't we have that type of coach? Why can't we have that 1 year, 2 year where we show out? We almost did. Almost. But I know almost ain't good enough. But we almost did in 2022. We beat them all, except for 1 and 2. We almost took care of the big 3. Our major 3. Florida, Alabama, Georgia. We beat Alabama, beat Florida, couldn't beat Georgia, and then we lose to South Carolina in a stinker. And we lost probably next to Peyton Manning, one of the most prolific passers in Tennessee history. So we got to give them grace, man. And I know it. It's 5 years, and I know some of y'all going to be like, hell, we done gave enough grace. I get it. I want to win too. I want to win too. I want to be excited. I want to talk my ish. I know y'all want to talk y'all ish. I get it. But let's see what this season holds. As I said in my other video, as far as the prediction, at best, minimum 10-3. At minimum 10-3, 12-1 would be a phenomenal. That would be phenomenal. But I will say this. We are under the radar. I love being under the radar. 2022, we was under the radar, and look what happened. Everybody just got to play their role. And I know the quarterback position is iffy. Running back position, I feel good about. Offensive line, I feel good about. The wide receivers, I feel good about. Why? Because I feel like we're going to have a quarterback that's not going to hesitate, that's going to get the ball where it needs to be, and them boys are going to catch. Why? Because they wasn't 4 or 5 stars for nothing. Ain't no more Squirrel White. He did a phenomenal job with us. Kudos to him. Much respect. Brazzell got to show up. There's no more Dante Thornton. Look what he did in his second year. Mike Matthews got to show up. Boo Carter going to have to show up. Because I know he going to play a little bit in the slot. Wide. He going to play some offense this year. Travis Smith, I know you're a young boy. I know you're a freshman. But show up. Show out. Everybody show up and show out. Put a chip on your shoulder and keep it there. And take care of business. Starting August 30th against the Syracuse Orange and Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the ATL Shotty. But that's all I got to say. Let's just give some grace. And trust me, I think great things are ahead of us. We've already been doing great things. We've already been somewhat ahead of schedule. Now it's time to take it to the next level. So with that being said, this your boy Blackout Jones. Follow, like, subscribe, comment. What are y'all thoughts? My Tennessee Vols fans, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. And you know how I get down when I talk about Tennessee Vols football. Go Big Orange. You know it. Go Vols.